If you cannot give a person a serious look when it's needed, or if you cannot get serious without trying to ease the tension with joking and being playful, you're not giving them the full experience of you. You're hiding your other parts. So this is more of an encouragement by letting you know that there's nothing to fear when it comes to giving people the serious look, the angry look, the quiet, simmering, I don't like what you did type of look, right? And that's something that parents that are really good, know how to communicate without words. And what every parent tells you is that you give them the look and kids understand it. We sort of have an intuitive understanding with children. And we all think that as you grow up, you lose that part of your nature. That's a very primal part of your nature, because we tend to be submissive towards authority, but mostly we tend to be submissive to a certain look. When somebody gives us a look of like disappointment, a look of anger, we self-reflect, we freeze up, and we start thinking deeper as to why did we get that reaction out of you, or what's gonna happen, what can I do to change that frown upside down. And that's actually a real thing. Is that when you give them that look, of disappointment, the natural urge of anyone who likes you is to please you as a response to your look to them. That's just the natural urge, the natural response. So this is why it's so important that if your partner doesn't respect you, it's because they just never seen your angry side. You've been hiding your angry side, and you gave them the impression that you're somebody who's always happy, who's a fucking butterfly, who's a freaking in a Disney movie. They can't respect that. People need tension to respect you. You know, people who we respect have that dark triad element, that darkness, that ability to go from happy to disappointment without batting an eye or without fear of what anyone else is going to think about them.
By the way, check out my new channel, Professor Alex. It's a channel that I created where I talk about spirituality, self-help, and topics like the ones you see here. It's completely different from the men's channel. So click on that right now, and there you'll be able to get 3 or 4 videos per week that you will never find on this channel. Okay, subscribe right now, or else I'm closing it.
And that's how you do it, man. Find moments to give them that look. Don't be afraid of making them like say, "Oh, you're crazy," and pulling away. No, don't be afraid of that. People are gonna be more receptive than you really believe. If you just imagine you're dating, you have a child, and you can never use that look to them. You can never give them that look of disappointment. What do you think is gonna happen? The kid's gonna think you're freaking Eric Cartman's mom. He's gonna take advantage of you. You need looks of disappointment, looks of anger, looks of seriousness when it's needed, and not laugh and not let them charm you out of that state of mind. You know, it's your defense mechanism, and your serious look, your serious nature is a tool you pick up when people need to pay attention and listen to what you're about to say. You know, and honestly, I think this is one of the biggest reasons why nice girls, nice guys get played, because they're like a photo that's only smiling all the time. It's like, dude, like nobody can respect that. You need some seriousness in your character. You need to show the angry side. You need to be willing to walk away. You need to be willing to have those uncomfortable conversations, you know? And that's how you get respect from people, man. Honestly, when girls do that to me, you know, I've done that too. I don't do it often. I'm not one who gets angry. But girls have done that to me many times. And yeah, it's true, man. Like when you kind of make them mad, you kind of like, oh shit, you know, I didn't mean to do that, right? There was this one girl in New York City that I was dating that it's not that I was late all the time, right? But I was late all the time, and it was honestly because of school, right? But for some reason, I was always late with her. For some reason, you know, thinking back at it, it was really a mistake. It was really because I just planned it poorly, to be honest with you. It wasn't like I really didn't want to see her. But I was consistently 20 or 30 minutes late. It was the craziest thing. It wasn't even on purpose. I'm not even lying. It wasn't even on purpose, right? And when she was with me, she was like, "Yeah, dude, what the fuck is your problem, bro?" Like she was really mad, and we had a dinner, and she wasn't talking too much, and I remember after that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be more on time, and I was more on time. And this happens to me too, right? When the last girl that I was with, she was like 40 minutes late, right? And I was like, yo, I told her, I was like, yo, like, let's get something serious here, man. Like, are you really interested or not? Because what you did, you can't be 40 minutes late. You know, because in my experience, every time a girl was 40 minutes late, it was always some. It never worked out consistently. Cause the day will happen when I actually, yeah, the day. Please, I'll let you guys know when I'm proven wrong, but I haven't. It's never worked out. That's why I never really entertained it, and she apologized. She was like, "Oh, my fault, my fault, my fault." And actually, it actually worked out, right? That was the one time, the one time it did. But generally speaking, when someone's late, cause like really late, there's a part of me. That's the only time when my anger doesn't. When I have a hard time not showing the disappointment and the anger.